The current Anglophone crisis has led to a lot of consequences to the population and the community at large. People have been displaced within and out of Cameroon. Businesses have been closed down in the northwest and southwest region. Schools have been paralyzed in the northwest and southwest region. These are the least of consequences of the ongoing Anglophone crisis.
We are remaining down there at the doldrums. The laborers are suffering, parents are suffering, children are suffering. And if we don't arrest it now, it will continue and it will continue in this. We want to say no to this. It should end. It should end. It should end.
All the children of CDC are driven away from school.
All households in CDC are poor households.
All the CDC workers have been given quit notices. Quit notices to leave their houses.
The Anglophone crisis, more than 3 years later, we keep talking about what began with strikes and protests and became an armed conflict with terrible consequences.
People have been killed, houses have been burned in the southwest and the northwest region, and people are continuing to suffer.
With our cameras, we move around the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon to record what will remain in our history as a sad story.
So many businesses have collapsed, so many people have gone homeless, and so many have died.
From testimonies on the ground, life has become difficult to live. The economic sector is really paralyzed.
People's businesses have also had a lot of low progress because today we have displacement, and the market is not having that demand, because as people keep on displacing, customers are displacing, as well as business, the business process is also halted.
We have recorded several cases of people whose businesses has failed because of the crisis.
Movement have been restricted in certain areas. People have abandoned their farms and people have abandoned their livelihood.
Our question is, why? Why? Why do children of the same country fight to death?
This country is in two. It's in two. What are we propagating?
For several years now, Cameroon has been facing a major governance crisis which caused various social, political, economic and security challenges in the country.
What I'm telling them is that they have failed to recognize the problem of the grassroots. So that this government is very unpopular and they should leave. They should leave. And let's look for a new leader, a competent leader that is God sent.
These crises are delaying the development of the country.
Since 2016, the economic activities in the northwest and the southwest region has been deteriorating as the days go by. With the number of shutdowns, the ghost towns and all the like, it has really affected economic activities.
Nobody has been talking about how many businesses have collapsed. So from the center in Bamera, in Mezam, you will discover that businesses have gone down in their rates of interest. Talk less of the other cities, other towns in the northwest region where people have evacuated. We need to talk about the issue of the economy, how personal businesses have collapsed and how the economy has really gone down. But the issue of statistics is something that we really need to work on.
Cameroon is becoming a high-risk country for foreign investors. Recently, the United States of America terminated Cameroon's trade benefits under the African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGOA. The latest Doing Business Report 2019 from the World Bank ranks Cameroon 166th out of 190 in the world economies. The Anglophone crisis is one of the causes. Failure to self-aid will lead the country towards great disaster. All is at a standstill while the government invests more and more in security. Cameroon's economy is collapsing. In Boyer, the young entrepreneurs of Silicon Mountain live this reality on a daily basis. Some of them left the city because of the insecurity. Hendrik Castile, managing director of MTN, declared in Douala on 31st January 2019 that their performance is strongly impacted by the crisis. MTN Cameroon is paying a heavy tribute. More than 206 MTN sites have been vandalized since 2018. Due to the Anglophone crisis, Dangote Cameroon cement factory sales fell by at least 7.1%. In an interview with Investi magazine, the Nigerian billionaire said, "The decrease in our sales can be attributed to the continuing security problems in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. Ghost towns have dramatic consequences on economic activities and household incomes. During these periods, businesses are closed. Administrative officials and entrepreneurs regularly attacked and kidnapped for ransom. Some turned to tragedy." A report by the Groupement Interpatronal du Cameroun, GICAM, reveals that between 60 and 80% of the farmers' food industries are now inaccessible in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon since 2016. The loss of income is enormous, causing companies to dismiss their staff, as is the case with the CDC, where some of the workers haven't received a salary for 3 years.
Big government companies like CDC, like Perils in the southwest region have been greatly affected because of the crisis. The workers in these companies have been going for 3 years now without salaries, and they are unable to send their children to school.
Workers are suffering today. And even the government of Cameroon, among all their speakers, none of them have even gone on the rostrum and tried to address the stalemate of CDC. It is very bad. It is very bad.
The companies are bankrupt, they are unproductive, they are falling away, and the parents working there could no longer go to their farms or go to their job site because they have been threatened. Thus, it has led to the collapse of this company, and they cannot pay their fees, their children's school fees, they cannot feed themselves, and it has caused untold suffering to the population.
The 3,715 hectares of banana plantation of the CDC, which employs 7,000 people in the banana industry, are abandoned. In the palm oil and rubber sectors, production is below projection, with a realization rate of only 23%. Loss of more than 56 billion in export earnings in the cocoa coffee sector. The CDC estimates its material loss at more than 50 billion francs CFA. In April 2018, the agri-food giant employed 20,280 people. Today, there are about 6,270 employees. The other 14,000 are on leave of absence due to the crisis and without pay.
We are hungry. We are hungry.
In this climate, strikes are multiplying at the CDC. Some of them narrate their misery from their camps in Tiko.
Affect me, the crisis affect my picking them because they need to go school. Affect even me, chop for chop no day, borrow debt outside, so you go pay CDC never pay my money and never pay the debt. You know if you stand for money donor say me borrow it until you young. Na chicken what the worker sell, I borrow the chicken to na borrow and sell before I go pay. If they not buy or I don't get money for pay.
I'm a living witness in CDC. I am not talking out of temperance. I'm not talking out of provocation. CDC was founded in 1947, 50-something years after. Our houses has not been changed. Our salaries has not been changed. Our children's lives have not been changed. Our community have not been changed. What do the colonial masters think they are doing about Southern Cameroon? What we are saying now is that CDC is the last Anglophone empire. What we laborers and workers of CDC have experienced. I worked in CDC for more than 20 years. How many How many times have I been promoted? I am not making a propaganda. Go to banana bush and see the life in banana bush. Go to rubber group and see the life in rubber group. Go to palms and see the life, and then you find out about the livelihood of the workers who work in those bushes, in those estates. See, it's a dire situation. It's a dead situation.
The consequences are serious. Within this period, we witnessed powerlessly the closure of most of the production units, the arrival and departure of local and foreign investors, the dismissal of staff, involuntary rupture of contract for security reasons by both employees and employers, cancellation of negotiations with foreign partners, destruction of storage magazines. Businesses have closed when they have not been vandalized before.
And we think that it's high time we started looking for solutions to the ongoing crisis so that peace may return into the northwest and southwest region.
Something needs to be done now, not tomorrow.